Welcome back, Sets and Reps number 16. Here we are. We're still going. We're still out here in case you thought I would stop or slow down. We're at the new studio. Just kidding. It's just a green sheet that's behind my head. But now I get to portray my sweet logo, the gregarious logo. Shout out my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss an episode, if you got the time. But yeah, man, I think this is a lot better than what I had going on before. Obviously, the next 5 or 6 episodes, you're not going to see this during the episode. You're just going to see this during the intro. But going forward, all of my episodes will have the green screen background with the gregarious logo done by David Technicolor on Instagram. Go follow him. Great guy. I love the color and the combination with the yellow. I kind of feel like Batman right now with the signal behind my head. So that's pretty cool. Tonight's episode, I get to sit down with an old friend that I went to Manchester Community College with when I got my exercise science degree. At the time, he was releasing music. He's a rapper, Jevi, and now he has linked up with his cousin, Jedih, and they have formed the rap group known as Blacklabel. So the two of them, along with 2 other artists, they come from Manchester, New Hampshire, and they're on the come up, and they want to show the world what they got in store. They released 2 albums this past year. One of them is called Blacklabel Music Volume 1, and I definitely think you should go ahead and check it out on Spotify. So we start off by talking a little bit about how they formed the group and how they chose the name. What does the name Blacklabel mean? We talk about how it's important to fall in love with the repetition and not the reception. So how it's important to bring something of value, essentially, or to care so much about what you are releasing, be passionate about it so other people can see that. And don't just be out here waiting for the views, waiting for the likes. Also, we talk a little bit about their artist motivations and people that they want to make a dream collaboration with, and many more topics. We've got time codes in the description so you can jump around, you can see what interests you the most, or you can listen to the full episode. Either way, I really appreciate you. The fact that you're here listening means that someone is hearing my voice, and you're either coming back after listening a couple weeks or you're joining for the first time. Either way, you are the best. If you've been listening to my podcast for a while and you're starting to make it a part of your weekly routine every other Wednesday at 11 p.m., new episodes on YouTube and on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Audible. If you're one of those people, I want you to send me an email, setsandrepspod@gmail.com. Just tell me your favorite episode. Tell me the one that strikes a chord the most with you. Capiche? We're going to get into this week's segment of circuit training. I'm going to share a little bit about my process for programming for my personal training clients. Let's go. What's great about this job is that you need to be able to adjust for them. You need to be able to adjust a workout based on what the person in front of you requires. If something is hard for them, I am going to come alongside and say, I wrote this down, but let's do something different that's going to be a little bit easier on your joints, or this exercise is too complex. Let's take it back a step. So I have 3 types of clients right now. I have strength-based clients that want to increase their absolute strength, which is going to be the amount of weight that they can perform for one time or for a few times. I have weight loss clients. And these are just, these are clients that want to lose weight. These are clients that have a goal weight in mind, but we don't usually pay too much time looking at the scale. We usually track measurements with them. And I'm going to talk a little bit about those. And then I have athletes that are prepping for a competition, or they're currently playing a sport. So they're, a kid that is playing basketball or baseball, has a ton of seasons, meets with me during the week to build strength and to work on mobility and flexibility and whatever they need during that time. So for my weight loss clients, what we do together is we track body composition if they desire, and we track circumference, which with every client I track what their weight is and what their circumference measurements are. But for body composition, it's going to tell you what your body fat percentage is and how much of you is lean mass, muscle, bone, skin, and internal organs, and then how much of you is fat mass. And that can be a really valuable metric, because then you can take that number and say, all right, for my goal in 2 months, I want to have that body fat percentage from 25 to 20. And that gives you something measured to go along with. And we track those measurements once a month. And the circumference measurements as well can tell you how many inches you've gained or lost on different areas like your arms, your hips, abdomen, and your legs. For my strength-based clients, I keep it simple. Again, you are going to want to adjust to each person. On the initial testing day, we take movements that simulate things that we do in everyday life, like pushing, pulling, squatting, lunging. For my strength-based clients, I usually stick with the 5x5 programming, which is taking one giant lift and performing that 5 sets and 5 repetitions each time. Or we do 4 sets of 6 repetitions. With each set, we want to increase the weight a little bit so that they are pushing themselves within their limits. But by the end of the set, they're really working hard. Now, form is always going to be a necessity. So before we start to load on that weight, I make sure that this person can move well without the weight. I can usually look at someone after we worked with the bar, for example. If they can do 12 to 15 reps pretty easily, I can start to think in my head, okay, this is how much I'm going to put on each side, for example, for a squat. And I write those numbers down, and I check their form while they exercise, and I see how they're doing with it and whether or not we need to adjust at that point. So again, it's going to be based on the person in front of you. What do they need? Don't let it just be cookie cutter. Don't just write something down that you want them to stick with. And if they don't stick with it, don't let the world end. For my competition or sport-specific athletes, when I first meet with them, I want to see what their movement is like, just like everybody else. But then I want to progressively get them to a point where we can start to do power tests or speed tests. Now, all of these sports have different requirements, right? They have movement requirements, they have positional requirements, and an athlete will need a number of things, including balance, including speed, power. So I will do these tests with them. One that I really like to do is a 10-yard sprint, and I can set the athlete up. I can see how long it takes them to run for that distance, how long it takes them, and I can take a look at how they're sprinting. And if they're not being safe at all, then I definitely do not have them do that test. But the point is, the assessments are really valuable to have for those individuals, because you can take a look at what they're like now and then start to develop your workouts, the times that you train together. You can start to give them exercises, give them programs based on what they need, and start to help them make measurable change. Thank you so much for listening. Let's get into the episode. Welcome back to Sets and Reps. We have Jevi and Jedih from Blacklabel. How's it going, boys?
Hey man, chilling, bro. Appreciate you for having us.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to talk to you guys. You've had a very productive 2020 with the release of 2 albums, not 1, but 2, and an EP. I was bumping that shit in my workout today. Just really fuels me up, and I love the fact that you guys are local and slightly near to where I live. And I'm like, these guys are coming up. Like, I can hear it in the production. I can hear it in the way that you guys flow on a record. And when you get on the microphone, it's like you can tell when someone's actually put in the time, put in the work. And that's pretty much what this podcast is all about. So once again, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking the time.
For sure, bro.
Yeah. Jevi, throwback. Like, I mean, I've known you. We did like a year at Manchester Community College,
2018,
and
right?
2018.
2018
Yep.
to 2019.
Rocking the exercise science sweatshirt, and I just remember like one particular time, like we were sitting in the car, and I wrote a few raps, and like I had showed you, and I really appreciated how you were like, yo, dude, like you can actually flow, and obviously like I never took it anywhere like you guys did, but
you had a good effort though.
You got bars, bro?
Video. Yeah, he does have bars.
Oh shit!
He actually has a nice concept.
We might have to pause and get a little 4 out of him.
I can send you guys. I have 2 songs on my SoundCloud that I kept that I liked, so I'll send you guys those after.
What's your rapper name?
So when I was a little serious about it, it was Anthem, ANTHXM. So it was kind of cool. I just thought of it like Anthem, like just a song that you hear that you can turn up to, that you can stand up to, like, use to help fuel you when you're thinking about something you believe in, something you want to stand up for. So I like this method of expression that I'm doing here, like this platform, a lot better. So I think this is what's gonna help me go far. But each of us got our own thing, like you guys. There's 4 of you, right?
Yes,
4 in the group, right?
4. Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the 2 other guys that you work with.
So my boy Josiah, who I met in high school, freshman year, man, you already know, and my boy John, it's crazy because when I lived in Beach Hill, which I live in right now, John would always roll through, and like everyone would call him the white boy.
John be the motherfucking truth.
The local white boy, like, yo, what's up, white boy? You know what I'm saying? Because he's always on his own.
They did my man's 30, huh?
But no, he fucked with it because he always get recognition.
Hey, what it is?
But damn. Yeah, he always rolled through. Like, I didn't know him like well, you feel me? Because he was homeschooled, but he had gone to classes like 2 classes, like maybe for art or something, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And chorus. So then that's how he got into here. You feel me? He loves singing.
He's got a really nice voice, dude. I'm sure that
talented singer, bro. I'm telling you. First time I heard him sing, I just knew this dude was a talented singer.
That's the kind of people you want in your corner, right? Especially for something like this. And then one other guy, right? Oh, so you said Josiah and John. Word.
Yeah,
okay. Man. What made you choose the name Blacklabel, and what does that mean for you, for your group?
I mean, it might have been 4 years ago. I don't remember.
4 years ago? It was in your
5.
basement.
No,
I thought in the whip.
I thought we were in the whip.
Yeah.
And across the street from like
the fire department, and then we're at the golf by the golf.
All right,
course.
so boom, we're sitting in the whip, and at this time we had been freestyling back to back to back, and we kept getting some recognition here and there, some fire pits and stuff. People were like, "Yo, you guys could really do something about this." We'd all be like, "Nah, like you guys are bugging." And I'm sitting there, I'm like, we need some kind of name that represents us. And at first I was inspired by the alcohol. I think it's a whiskey.
Yeah, black.
I seen it somewhere, Blacklabel.
Johnny Walker.
And then I started thinking forward. In the culture, black was seen as maybe a bad thing or a minority, and I just felt like
literally
before Black Lives Matter, this was maybe 2016, 2017 area. I thought that if we said our label should be called Blacklabel, it's to like empower that. You don't have to be a black, you don't have to be a Latino or minority to be a part of Blacklabel, but Blacklabel represents making black everything, all black cars, all black fits, all black video shoots, like bringing black as like, if it's gonna be back. Like before Black Lives Matter was a thing, we just knew it was gonna come back.
It was never gone. People are just gonna know about it now. You feel me? Like, it's
for sure.
It's our time to shine.
Absolutely. That's a really great way to kind of step into what you guys are how you guys are trying to present yourself, and that's awesome. That really gives me a good insight. Talk to me a little bit about when you guys first started rapping together. what did that look like? Yeah.
So we were freestyling all the time in the whip.
For sure.
We like into, you feel me? It was me, Joey, Jedih, and Malcolm, my cousin. You know
For
what I'm
real.
saying? It was just Malcolm was like.
This is my blood cousin. Like, for some people who don't know, like, this is my actual cousin. I grew up with this. I mean, we went through shit together, and basically all these days we were linking, chilling. This is what we did. We were freestyling. We listened to like rappers, and we were influenced by a lot of the same people in the beginning, and we just wanted to put a face or a name to it. But yeah, I mean, it just started naturally, in my opinion. We just started rapping for fun.
That's awesome. And when was there a point where, like, obviously you guys must have, started dropping songs. Like, was it on SoundCloud originally?
Yeah.
So I was actually the first one to ever drop music.
For real, I forgot about this. That shit was hard, bro.
It was off of the iPhone.
He snapped on that shit.
I literally had my mom's iPhone and my iPhone, and I recorded over J. Cole's
Wait, No Role Models? Or
yeah.
No way.
and
that's crazy. I respect you for that.
Yeah, dude, J. Cole's the king. That's a really good beat to come out with, like, to practice on and to start dropping shit with.
I thought it was like it was good at the time, but like now, like I'm like
now it's a little overplayed.
But it actually did good numbers, so it was, man. You know what I'm saying?
When's he dropping new music? He was supposed to drop an album in 2019, and then like now.
Cole, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Man, I consider that one with the whole group, that whole
Revenge of the Dreamers.
I think, like, you take a break. Like, that took so long to, like, put together.
He put a lot of people on with that project.
They all, like, went together inside of, like, a place for like a month or whatever, and they were just recording, like,
he like booked out the whole studio for like a long, maybe like a good week, couple months.
That's legit. So you started dropping some music on SoundCloud. You've been freestyling for fun. You guys have known each other your entire lives, basically.
Almost.
Yeah.
Because I was born in Jamaica. You feel me?
Really, he's an immigrant.
That's right. I remember that shit.
Yeah, it's true. I am. I've been here for about like 11 years now. I moved here when I was 9. So. Have
you gone back at all?
Yeah, I went back in 2018 to see my brother get married. And yeah, that was the first time I saw him since I left. So it was, you know what I'm saying, not emotional and shit. It's crazy.
Damn.
You know?
Well, that's good. It's good to have you back, you know what I'm saying? So you started dropping music. Was there a point in time where you remember that your songs were starting to get more traction, where, like, you were getting feedback, like, you started to get...
Maybe even the first song.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we dropped Celebrate, which was our first song on SoundCloud, that song did a couple thousand plays, which is nothing in the aspect of things, but that's what we needed to keep going. At first, we were expecting something smaller locally, and we received numbers I remember checking the song every hour, refreshing it, and just seeing the numbers go up, and that meaning the world to us at the time. Like, that was enough to get back in the studio. And around the time that we were rapping, one of my uncles from Haiti, he saw what we were doing, and he actually, this is probably one of the main things that got us started in the long run, but he helped get us a studio, and he helped put together our first studio. He got us a little mic, 2 little speakers, and the recording software just to mess around on. So Jevi's boy recorded Celebrate and probably our next couple of songs that might be private or something now, but we started recording our own music, and we were able to get back in the studio and started working with local producers like X, people like Slade, and that's how we met Juice when we started looking for a higher production for our music.
That's when that song Celebrate, the beat was made when Project X was called Papa X.
Facts. Project X did produce.
Papa
He
X.
produced our first song.
And it's crazy because when we first recorded that song, like it was in a car.
we recorded Celebrate in the back of a car.
There's some about being in the car. It's just like where you're feeling the, I don't know. I mean, like sometimes when I'm driving to school, my hour and a half drive, I'll still put on a beat and like freestyle. But like I'm always thinking like I should record a podcast in the car because like don't you guys feel that energy like just when you're in the car like you're separated from everything else, you can just kind of go off. That's awesome. Thank you for telling me a little bit about how you guys got started and you know your first access to like a legitimate studio. So you guys have obviously like put a lot of time into this every single day, seems like. Just that repetition to get to where you guys want to be. What were some of the things that helped you stay working and stay consistent in 2020, especially because we had such an unprecedented year, you know what I'm saying? Like when other people seem to be stopping and like staying in one place, what was it that had you guys like so busy, just dropping so much?
So I think we took advantage of the moment and what, you know what I'm saying, how it affected other people. We didn't let that stop us. We kind of wanted to take advantage of it. You feel me? Helped us like stay in touch a lot, stay in the studio a lot, come up with plots throughout the like for the year. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely 2020 we were able to take advantage of some of our superpowers is what I like to call it, where I can record, produce, mix and master a song all in the comfort of my living room. So when COVID happened and a lot of people were struggling to get into the studio, all I had to do was FaceTime Jevi, FaceTime Juice and be like, hey, like this is the move today. Y'all should pull up. And then we're making hits. We traveled to LA in September.
Was it 20?
Yeah, 20. No, that was 2020.
Yeah, September. Yes, that was last.
Yeah, so even during COVID, we were able to get out to LA in the Airbnb, and because we all can produce, record, mix, and master, half the songs you're hearing on Blacklabel Music, Volume 1 were recorded in our Airbnb in Los Angeles.
And did you guys record?
Shout out Dolo Lou.
Oh yeah, and shout out my boy Dolo Lou. For track number 1 was produced by one of my boys.
Track 1.
Lou Bean. Yeah, Lou Bean. Fire producer.
Hell yeah, dude. Did you guys record any music videos while you were out there?
No, we didn't get the opportunity to.
What do you guys think about what it takes for people to start hearing a song and really get into it? Like, especially for that first one, you guys were talking about how much traction you got on it. What do you think played the biggest role in the attention that song got?
Well, I feel like for the first song, people just wanted to see what we had in store, what we had to bring to the table. You feel me? So I feel like that gained traction on its own. It was low quality at the time for sure.
It's all, well, you always like look back at the stuff you made and you can kind of see your progression. And I'm sure that motivates you even more. You know what I'm saying? So you guys So you guys had a busy year. You took advantage of the opportunity. You guys went to work right away, perfecting those superpowers, right? Had to. What this year, when it comes to releasing music, what have you guys done to like set the bar for yourself? Talk to me a little bit about like, you know, upcoming projects that you're working on. Like, do you guys have a structure or a plan for some of the new shit you want to drop this year?
Yeah. 2021 for me, at least, is the floodgates are opening. I like to record a lot of music. I like to produce a lot. I like to stay consistent. Even if I'm not dropping, I like to record more than anything. So after I opened this year with the EP More Life, and I got the video out for Lives, which is doing a lot of numbers right now. After that, I decided that it's time to give music, because right now I feel like before it was the gimmicks and what people were doing on Instagram, but now I feel like it's starting to shift back towards the music. So I just want to give fans as much music, but never lose the interesting, like the way you drop matters. I feel like you can't just put a song out and expect it to do something. You have to care about the song. Whenever someone drops their first song and they're passionate about it, everyone always gives it a chance because you're putting your heart into that. And then the next song you expect people to give, you expect, and then it starts to slow down. So I just want to give music that I'm passionate about this year, just constant music that I feel like the world should hear.
That's important, because if you're deliberate and almost like delirious, I use the word delirious because I read an audiobook written by Russ, the rapper. I'm sure you guys like
I've
Russ.
heard
right?
that audiobook.
Yeah, so
I listened to the audiobook.
He's the thing about that struck the most with me when it comes to anyone that wants to create something, whether it's content or just like putting out something or being passionate about something. You have to be delirious about it, like be so much into it that like doesn't really matter what other people feel about it as much as like you're into it, you know what I'm saying? So
fall in love with the repetition and less about the reception.
Yeah, because if you get too much into how people are gonna receive it, you're gonna start to lose in that way. So that's awesome that you had that mentality and you had that mindset switch. And I'm sure it's just gonna continue to benefit you guys and the stuff that you drop in the long run. So talk to me a little bit about some of your inspirations. Now that we mentioned Russ, right? Your guys' music like has that trap influence in that like you guys have also in your lyrics. You can tell you guys are very like energetic, and you also are trying to motivate others that are like you. But who are some of your inspirations like when it comes to sound?
So like
Specifically,
I feel like me and Jevi are almost like brothers. We have very similar taste in music and the values that we actually start to fuck with and what we want to hear in music. But I know we're also our own person. So when it comes to me, I mean, I grew up loving Kanye. Kid Cudi is like a very big inspiration to me.
Definitely, me too. Kid Cudi's definitely up there, man.
Someone like Russ who doesn't fit the typical rapper silhouette.
Yeah.
Or persona, that's a better way to put it. Someone who still stays down for 10 years, makes it happen, and his values is putting on for his family and giving the knowledge back. Something like that to me it's huge, but maybe overlooked.
Knowledge is worth way more than money, because with knowledge, you can make all the money you want.
That's valid.
So it's the knowledge first that empowers you to keep going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
And the love. I'd say the love first.
Yeah, so like support from family, support from friends that are that's passionate. Yeah.
That's the driving source. And then the third is the money for sure. No. Let me hold on.
All right, give me the top down rating.
First is God, but God is love, and God is everything.
Okay.
Second is family, and then third is money.
So these are like your three motivators.
Yeah. My inspiration though for artists.
Yeah. Talk to me about that.
Like Joe said, Kid Cudi.
Did you guys like his new album?
That was
yes, I do. Especially Tequila Shots. Tequila Shots.
That shit was so hard, bro.
Not good.
I know other people can like don't live the same life as me though, where they kind of have to rely on it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the love and support that I have for my family, but you know, we definitely see it out here.
Yeah, man. Well, you kind of move and you keep what's important to you close, right? And you don't let your environment control you, right? I mean, you're beyond the environment. Like you guys are just focusing on what you're there to do, the job that you got to get done, right? So
you gotta have tunnel vision.
Yeah, that's important. I like that word. You guys, so time is of the essence, right? Like time is important. Can you talk to me about like, how much of your life, if you were to measure like, in a week, right? Like with the time that you spend on music, whether it's, you know, writing, whether it's recording, mixing, and all that, and like compared to other stuff, like would you be able to put like a metric on how much time that you spend on this part of your life?
Man, right now I'm battling with time. If there's anything that I have the most trouble with right now, it's time management.
Okay.
I'd say I try to keep it higher, but I'd say close to 80% of my time is on music nowadays. And sometimes I battle with myself because of that number, because how are you able to fit in having an old lady, you feel me, chilling with the family, tapping in with the moms, work, your job, things you got to do with 20% of your time. Because
Yeah.
you have people from your family who are saying they miss you, and you might have felt like you just saw them, but your mind is so caught up in what you're doing that sometimes you forget what time really is. Because I don't know, if I'm in the studio, you could be in there from 4 to 10 p.m. or something like that, 10 to 3 in the morning. It could feel like 30 minutes went by. Time just, it disappears sometimes. And I definitely have a problem with that right now.
And that's that support system that we were talking about, right? So like, you know, the love that you have for those people and the love that they show to you, sounds like it's something that's worth it to have in your life, right? So
Oh no, for sure.
yeah. So when it comes to, I think that's something important that we should touch on. Like when it comes to doing the work, doing what you love, and then balancing everything else, like your mental health, especially, right? What do you feel like, you know, and if there's other artists and there's other creators out there, what's like a word of advice that you guys could give to them about managing the time and I'd say making room, right, for those that you love, and especially for your mental health? Like what are some things that you guys do now, like, you know what I mean? Can you guys speak on that a little bit?
Honestly, to me, like, yes, time is a thing, but like in actuality, if you really want to break it down to like what it is, like time is not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Time, like we just live is not time. Like what is an age? I feel like you just, yes, there's a, you know what I'm saying? Like we go around the sun. Yeah, you can say that's a year, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta do what you love and know what you need to do to live a prolonged life. You know what I'm saying? Like know what you have, what talents you have that you can benefit off. You know?
Absolutely. That's it's valid, right? I mean, it's not going to stop. Time's not going to stop. Like you're going to keep moving, life's going to keep moving. So best thing to do is spend it responsibly, like spend it so that you can be the most effective person at what it is that you do, right? I think that makes the
Definitely.
most sense for me. So I've been seeing some merch too, and you guys are definitely like building up a website and
Hey
stuff.
man, Black Label Da
Rocking that.
Vinci shit, man. We're about to
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
website up soon, man. Black Label Da Vinci dot shop. That shit's gonna be up and running soon, man.
Have you guys like how has this benefited you guys, like working on this stuff, like building the brand, coming out with the merch? It's all a part of building your brand, right? So
For sure.
what's your take on that, and how is it moving you guys forward right now? Is it too early to tell?
No, I mean it's definitely moving us forward to answer the question,
Yeah.
but in my opinion, if you think you're gonna drop a song one day and you're gonna wake up and have 1 million views or something and blow up, you're delusional. I feel like success is a series of a whole bunch of little things. So I just feel like the merch is it's spreading the main cause over time. When someone shows love by buying a shirt, they're walking around with our name on them. they have enough love for what we got going on to wear our name on their chest and be proud of that. So I feel like that's something that music can or may not do at the same speed. So I feel like it's definitely moving us forward at a speed we probably don't even understand right now.
But it's just the right speed for you guys, right? Is that what you're saying?
Definitely.
Perfect.
Yeah, God puts us in the perfect spots when we don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, he's the top. He's the top, and your motivator. Yeah, I want to ask you about that too, Jedi. Da Vinci, like in your songs, like I hear you refer to yourself as Da Vinci, and I think that's really cool. And I was just wondering if there was anything in particular that that drew you to start using that nickname in the first place. Wondering if you can speak on that a little bit.
Without saying too much,
Sure.
I'd say I don't want to be a rapper or a singer or a producer. I respect Kanye because he chose to do everything, and people hated on him at first for even wanting to rap. Da Vinci to me isn't just an artist; he was an innovator. He had blueprints. His mind took control of his reality, and to me, I feel like that was the pinnacle of being an artist. So, what better name?
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. You want to kind of embody that and mind over matter type of thing. Like
No kissy.
if you can like picture it, you can bring it into reality, right?
For sure. I mean, the law of attraction, I believe, is everything.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk to me a little bit about that? Like I've heard of it. I've heard the phrase being thrown around, if you will. But it sounds like something that you're passionate about. So can you explain a little? It has to do with the energy that you give out.
No, for sure. I mean, if you believe in this kind of stuff, I believe in energy,
Mm-hmm.
and what goes around comes around. Karma, if you will. I strongly believe that what you say and start to believe will become. If you say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the moon," of course everyone's gonna say, "No, you're not. No, you're not." But if you believe that, nothing's gonna stop you from waking up every day, eating what an astronaut eats, and working out the way an astronaut does. And then one day you're going to end up applying to a certain school, and you're going to make it happen because you said it. But if you don't believe it, you might stop saying it. So, I mean, in short, the law of attraction is really whatever you say can happen in both directions, positive or negative.
One of the first guests I had on this show, like, had talked to me a little bit about that, and
Or word?
It was basically part of his mindset was also like, give him a shout out, Jake Iggy. He's got his own podcast, Iggy Sports Talk. He basically was like, what you want to accomplish, it's already happened. Time just hasn't caught up yet, you know? So
exactly,
he wakes up every day with this mentality. Like, he was talking to me also about something about like quantum. It's like quantum journaling. I'm butchering the term, but it's like just writing out, like manifesting things that you're working towards, things that you believe in.
I know what you're talking about now. Kind of like whiteboards and putting your dreams onto a whiteboard and almost reading it every day. I have something like that as well.
I got a whiteboard in my room. It's good stuff.
For sure. That shit definitely helps you succeed.
If you do it on a whiteboard, if you write in your songs, like it's all words that you're putting out there. Words are positive, words can be negative, like they can really influence how you see things.
Fact.
I'm trying to live my life seeing things for the way they are, not how I feel they should be. But you know, if I can still,
say that again?
I'm trying to live my life so I can see things for how they are, not how I feel they should be. Meaning, like my feelings don't necessarily matter. You know, like what's important.
I've never heard some. I fuck with that.
Yeah,
that's deep.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean, like it's at the end of the day, like what's going to happen is what's going to happen. So you can just control what your mindset's going to be and what you choose to put your attention on. You guys are putting your attention on the music, what you can control, right? That's what's in front of you. Why spend your time worrying about the way that you feel things outside of that should be? So I think that's kind of a little bit of what it means.
Okay.
Talk to me about like how you guys choose the titles for your songs. So the writing process in general as well, I think we can touch on. But I'm sure a lot of artists, a lot of rappers have different ways they go about naming their songs. So talk to me a little bit about your ways.
A lot of the time, I mean, my guys leave it up to me. But if we ever have an idea or that's what we're feeling, it's usually when we start with the beat, you need a concept, a theme, some kind of topic. And when we finish the song, we'll listen to the song 2 or 3 times while we're in the studio. And what's the main thing you took from this song? And you said you're rocking with New AMG featuring my boy Tanais Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the song we're talking about manifesting the brand new Mercedes, and that doesn't have to happen next year. That could happen 2024, and that could be when I manifested my new AMG. And everything we're talking on that song is kind of just where we are at the moment and what we're feeling, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. So it's based on what you feel from hearing the song, because music is powerful. I mean, I talked to another guest, my first guest on the show. Actually, we talked about like the effects of music and what kind of what you feel in your brain when you hear a certain song. So that's all legit stuff. When it comes to guys that you have collaborated with, others that you feel are in the come up, so to speak, with you guys in the area, it seems like Manchester has a lot more artists than I thought. So yeah, are there any ones?
Some of the people, a lot of the people I could even say, let me not say that. Some of the people that I work with aren't from Manchester, though. I do like to, I like to collaborate with people that I feel like this isn't gonna be a one-time thing. Like if you listen to the album, if you know Taka XXX, that's my boy Key.
Shout out Key.
Shout out my boy Key. You already know we rocking with you, OTF, bro. Love. But that's my guy from Plim. You feel me? And we linked at some Gettys. My boy Blacklabel Fosse linked me with Key at a party up at Plim, and he knew that we were like freestyling, rapping, and I don't know. We just we're drinking and shit. Niggas were smoking, and we just started freestyling and built a bond over time, over like a genuine passion over the craft, and that led to, I mean, what I would say is like a brotherhood to this day.
So it's those people that you can continue to work with afterward. Like,
yeah,
you're not just interested.
It can't just be it can't just be because of numbers or because of the image for me. Excuse me.
It has to be their passion. So we have to feel their passion.
Folks.
You know what I'm saying? You have to understand where they're coming from.
Absolutely, man. What's it like working with Project X? I know he's made a few songs for you guys. I've been following him for a little bit on Snapchat. And he actually, so one of the great ways that producers can, like, I feel like a lot of different producers have different ways of making money, right? One of the things that he was doing, he was just like putting on his stories like, yo, collab, like, this is my Cash App, like, send me like, in your budget and I'll work with you. And I'm sure he got just like a ton of traction that way. And he was actually doing a couple like free beat giveaways. And so I got a few of his beats and I ended up using one. So sometimes this podcast, me and my friend Josh, we are both kind of super nerdy into comic books and stuff. So I took one of those beats I never ended up using from Project X, and I put it in the intro for that. But another very talented producer. What was it like working with him?
Nah, for sure. I mean, working with X, he's a talented producer. I make beats as well, but the amount of knowledge that he has and the passion that he has for making beats it shows in his work ethic and his accomplishments. I mean, I might make a beat sometimes in an hour, sometimes it could take me a day, but getting in the studio with X, you have to be ready to move at his pace. And I fuck with that shit because that's how you get better. But he's a real dog for the beats, bro. Like he's talented and he's taught me a lot.
He be putting on like niggas to game though. Like for real. He's the one that doesn't
For real.
that doesn't like keep the knowledge to himself.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back game. If he really fucks with it, I mean, he's intelligent. He just the way he maneuvers through the game and the way he got to the point where he is now. I mean, he's not one to hide that.
It's very good. I think that's important. Like, you know, you can build the notoriety, you can build the accomplishments, but at the end of the day, like, share it with others. Why keep yourself closed-minded? So that's important, man. So out of the guys that you guys like respect in the music industry, who do you feel like is a goal music collaboration? Like, who would, I want to hear from each of you guys, like an artist that's like a dream collaboration for you.
I have to think about it.
Honestly, I'd go for either
right off top.
Smino,
okay. All right. Hell yeah.
Kid Cudi, and Tyler the Creator.
Are we doing three? Top three?
Sure. Yes, sir.
All right. Kid Cudi, G Herbo, and Kanye.
Very good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, Kanye's the GOAT.
Honestly, Childish Gambino too.
Yep.
That nigga's a GOAT. I'm not gonna lie. Do everything.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen you guys fuck with Atlanta, the show?
Oh, for sure. I'm waiting on season 3, bro.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, it was on Hulu. And I'm pretty sure like they were making season 3, right? Like, it's a thing.
I'm not sure. I only watched season 2. Season 1 and season 2.
I mean, season 3 should be dropping. I don't know. I have to look into it, but very good show. Very talented. So, guys, I mean, just to wrap things up here, I wanted to ask you guys a little bit of your opinion on XXL and whether or not it's something that you feel like you guys would want to, show up on, right? I mean, XXL, like every year they have these new artists that they kind of put in the spotlight. They get a chance to do like a freestyle. And just over the years, a ton of rappers were on there. I mean, like I can think back to Kendrick Lamar being on there for one, J-Rock and Joey Badass and Travis Scott, like all these guys. And then like, getting up into, as the year goes by, like they progressively, I feel like the quality of artists, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the quality of artists kind of dips down a little bit.
Yeah, but even music nowadays is doing that though.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like the good artists time to like go, and get it back. I'm tired of hearing all the lows, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So like with that being said, do you feel like XXL is that part of something you guys want to do one day? Like do a freestyle for them and be promoted?
It'd be a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
But it's not really a goal of ours, you know what I'm saying? It's just you know what I'm saying? Like that's a mainstream thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we're just trying to do us and whatever we're like what we do that makes us successful, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to.
But if they hit us up, we might say yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's good promotion. I'm not gonna lie, like it's good, but you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be the main goal. You feel me?
Okay. And yeah, so like speaking of that, like you're talking about putting out music that you love, music that you are all about, because you know that if you love it so much, people will catch on to that. And other than that, have you guys set any specific goals for yourself that you can speak on?
I want to be the highest paid artist in the world, bro. Honestly, that's a goal of mine. And without speaking on it too much, my goal is to give artists the blueprint when I get to that point.
Very good, man.
And my career will just show you if you choose to pay attention.
I like that. Whew. That's cool, man.
I just don't want to need a label. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sign a booty contract.
Yeah, you guys are like creating your own. You guys are creating your own label here, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak too much on it because I don't know the details of like what's going on. But just from what I hear in the music, some of the music that I listen to, like labels really can mess you up. Like they're not always your friend. You know what I mean?
They ruin your drive for the music and the creativity.
It really depends on the artist. Like, I love watching interviews and I love learning from the experiences of the artist before me and going back and, doing my research. But what I learned was there's a situation for everybody. Independent might be the route for you. And signing with a record label could also be the move that takes you from a backyard rapper to winning your first Grammy.
Okay. Yeah, it's all depending on the situation. I get you. So it may work for you, may not, but as long as you keep your head right. I mean, that's the one they can't take that for you. So they can't take that from you. I mean, so. All right.
Sure.
All right, boys. Well, to wrap things up here, I want you guys to just take a second and like plug all the places where people can find you. Where can they hear your music? Where can they follow you and find out more about you?
Hey, man, follow me at Blacklabel Jedih at Instagram, Facebook, on Spotify and Apple Music. Blacklabel Jedih, just about everything I go by, man. So Jedih and Jedih.
Word.
And follow us on our Blacklabel page too. You feel me? Blacklabel everywhere on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, basically everything you can think of. Blacklabel, and it'd be easier to just type in Jevi Jedih. You know what I'm saying? Just in case we don't pop up. Sometimes like society pops up, but we don't try to be the number one YouTube search for Blacklabel.
For sure.
One day, you know what I'm saying? Google as well.
Manifest it, guys. It's what you put out in the world. It's gonna come back to you. I like that.
For real.
All right. Hey, thanks for taking the time. Thanks for coming on my show with me.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah, bro. I mean, out here we live every day like we are living out one giant set, and you got to put in the reps to get the results, and you guys embody that. So that's why I wanted to have you guys on the show. So
I appreciate you.